Hi everyone, my name is Brianna Ragsdale Brabham, and today I'm sharing my reflection on Shanahan's response to digital versus paper reading. As a kindergarten teacher, this topic really hit home for me because even at 5 and 6 years old, my students are already interacting with digital text. It made me start thinking about what kind of readers I'm helping them become, not just now, but in the future. The big question here is simple, but also really important. Do we actually understand what we read on screens as well as we do on paper? At first, I wanted to say yes, because digital tools feel so natural now. But as I kept reading, I started reflecting on my own habits, and honestly, I don't always read as deeply on a screen. Shanahan argues that we don't read as well digitally, especially when texts get longer or more complex. That truly resonated with me because I see this even in myself. I can read something online and feel like I understood it, but when I go back, I realize I only caught the surface. One of the biggest reasons for this is how we interact with screens. We skim, we scroll, we move quickly, and if I'm being honest, I too do this all the time. I'll open something on my phone, read part of it, get distracted, and move on. If I'm doing that, I can only imagine how much harder it is for students who are still learning how to focus and make meaning from text. What really stood out to me most from the article is that this is true even for students who have grown up with technology. Just because kids are comfortable using devices does not mean they are strong digital readers. That was a big shift in thinking for me because I think we sometimes assume that if you get over the curb of understanding technology that you somehow just get it, and that's not true. At the same time, it's important to remember that not all digital reading is bad. There are so many benefits, especially when it comes to accessibility. Being able to adjust font size, use audio, or access text anywhere is huge. I also think about my own life. I read on my phone all the time because it's convenient. So it's not always about choosing one over the other. It's about understanding the differences and when to implement them. The biggest takeaway for me is that digital reading is not worse. It's just different. And because it is different, we have to teach it. Students are not automatically going to know how to slow down, think deeper, or make connections when reading on a screen. This article really affirmed what I already believed as a teacher. It set in stone that we can't just hand students a device and assume learning is happening. We are responsible for teaching them how to interact responsibly with digital text. That includes slowing down, rereading, and really thinking about what they are reading instead of just clicking through. In my own classroom, this feels especially important. My students are just learning what it means to be readers. They are building habits that will stick with them for years to come. I want them to love reading, but I also want them to understand what they are reading. This reminded me that I need to be really intentional about balancing paper and digital experiences. There is something powerful about holding a book, turning pages, and staying with a story without distractions. That is something I want my students to experience deeply. Shanahan ends with the idea that students may not comprehend digital text as well right now, but they absolutely can. That sticks with me. It's not about avoiding digital tools. It is about teaching students how to use them well. As teachers, we have the opportunity to shape how students interact with reading in all forms, and that feels like a really big responsibility, but also a powerful one in today's digital age. Here are the references, and thank you for listening.